Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like. Up the upcoming Mama June family crisis preview video shows that things are not working out as June Shannon had hoped, so to deal with her pain, she reverts back to some of her old addiction habits. This makes her husband, Justin Strud, concerned. June Shannon says she feels like a reject. She is trying to repair broken relationships with her daughters. But so far she is coming up empty-handed. She feels they have been absent from her life for too long, and all she wants is for them to be a family again. During dinner with her husband, the Mama June family crisis star looks anxious and continues to check her phone. The reality mom recently texted her daughters to suggest they attend a family therapy weekend together. She opens up about her feelings for her daughters, Anna Cardwell, Lauren Eard, Jessica Shannon, and Ilana Thompson. During her heartfelt texts, she tells her girls that she wants things to be different. She tells them that even though they're not a perfect family, she feels they have always been close. They begin a serious conversation. She tells him waiting for a reply makes her crazy, and she feels like eating her feelings. She then orders mozzarella sticks, a strip steak with fries, and half a dozen chicken wings. He appears to look shocked when the waitress walks away. She tells Justin she is not finished looking at the menu and may order something more after their food arrives. June of Mama June family crisis dives right into the mozzarella sticks and explains her thoughts to her husband. She asks him if he recalls looking for anything to numb his feelings. She then adds, "That is what I do with food nowadays." Justin Strud then corrects and tells her, "No, that is what you have done with food your whole life." He then reminds the wet celebrity what Dr. Fez said to her about her eating addiction. The doctor advised her to eat sensibly and work with a therapist to disassociate food from her emotions. However, she blows off Justin's warning and tells him she still has a lot of feelings to eat. He is not ready to give up, so he offers her a suggestion. He tells her to call his mom. He tells her that he thinks it would be good to get another mom's perspective, but she is not on board with her husband's advice. June Shannon informs Justin Strud that she is not willing to tell his mother all of her problems or try to win her over. She says she can't bring herself to admit to his mother that she is a reject or admit to her that she and her daughters don't get along. He tries to comfort his wife by telling her that his mom has dealt with similar problems in their family. He also assures her that he feels his mom could shed some light on the matter, but she doesn't agree with him. She tells him, at the end of the day, these are her kids. She also doesn't feel comfortable burdening his mom with her family's problems. He tells her that is what family is for. He also adds, and she could start off the conversation by saying, "Hey, I'm sorry I lied to you." Justin Strud tells June Shannon he wants her to come clean with his mom about her recent lies. He feels that until the Mama June family crisis star can do that, they will never have the kind of relationship he wants or needs them to have. The Georgia sun hung low at the sky, casting long shadows over the quiet street where the Thompson family home stood. Inside, tensions simmered just beneath the surface, threatening to erupt into a storm that could shatter the fragile peace they had worked so hard to rebuild. Justin Worthington, better known as Pumpkin to fans of Mama June family crisis, sat on the porch steps, his brow furrowed in deep concern. It had been a challenging year for the Thompson family, especially for his mother, June Shannon. Known to the world as Mama June, she had battled addiction and legal troubles in full view of the public eye. But recently things had been looking up. June had completed rehab, reconnected with her family, and even started making amends for the pain she had caused. Yet, despite the progress, Justin couldn't shake the feeling that they were standing on the edge of a precipice, one wrong step away from plunging back into the darkness they had fought so hard to escape. His worries centered on one haunting question: would June relapse? The journey to this moment had been long and arduous. Justin recalled the days when their lives were filled with laughter and warmth before the cameras and the fame. He and his sister Ilana had grown up in the spotlight, their childhood documented for reality TV, but fame came with a price, and as June's struggles with addiction worsened, the family found themselves caught in a downward spiral. Justin had shouldered responsibilities beyond his years, stepping up to care for his younger sister when June couldn't. It was a role he took seriously, determined to shield Ilana from the worst of their addiction. Had taken on June and spent worrying if she would come home. The promises broken time and again. When June finally sought help, it was a glimmer of hope in their darkest hour. Rehab offered a chance for healing, but scars of the past ran deep. Justin found himself torn between relief and apprehension. He wanted to believe that this time would be different, that June had finally turned a corner, but experience had taught him to temper his optimism with caution. As the days turned into weeks and then months, June remained sober. She attended therapy sessions, reconnected with loved ones, and seemed genuinely committed to staying clean. Justin allowed himself to hope, cautiously optimistic that they had finally found their way back to each other. But recovery was a fragile thing, easily shattered by the pressures of everyday life. Justin watched as June navigated the challenges of rebuilding her life, finding a job, repairing relationships, facing the consequences of her past actions. It was a daunting task, made even more difficult by the constant scrutiny of the media and the expectations of their fans. The days stretched into a new normal, a delicate threat of relapse. Justin tried to be there for his mother, offering support and encouragement as she faced her demons head-on, but beneath the surface he could sense her struggle, the weight of her past mistakes bearing down on her shoulder. Then came the day that would test everything they had fought for. June received news that shook her to the core, triggering old patterns of behavior and threatening to undo all the progress they had made. Justin watched helplessly as his mother withdrew into herself, the light that had begun to shine in her eyes dimming once more. He knew then that his worst fears were becoming reality. The fear of relapse wasn't just a distant possibility, it was a stark reminder of how fragile their recovery truly was. Justin wrestled with anger and sadness, grappling with the unfairness of it all. Why did they have to endure this pain over and over again? In the midst of his despair, Justin found himself turning to his sister Ilana. Despite everything they had been through, she remained his rock, a constant source of strength and resilience. Together, they confronted the harsh reality of their mother's addiction, clinging to each other as they navigated the storm. As days turned into weeks and then months, once more June slowly began to emerge from the darkness. With the unwavering support of her family, she recommitted herself to recovery, one day at a time. Justin watched with a mixture of hope and caution, praying that this time would be different, that June had finally found the strength to overcome her demons. Through it all, Justin learned valuable lessons about love and forgiveness, about the strength of family and the power of resilience. He realized that addiction was not just his mother's burden to bear, but a shared struggle that had shaped their lives in ways they could never have imagined. And as the sun set over their quiet street, once more casting long shadows that stretched into the night, Justin held on to the belief that no matter how dark the days ahead might be, they would face them together, for in the end, it was their love for each other that would see them through, stronger and more resilient than ever before.